This ain't just a channel, this is BBTV.
Welcome to Monday Petty Monday, where we don't start drama, we just document it. If something annoyed you, irritated you, or lived rent-free in your head all week, you're in the right place.
A boss be rising, BBTV's igniting, turn the volume up. Yeah, the whole world's invited, from the gravel roads to the neon dreams. She built an empire out of broken wings. Boss be rising, sky ain't even the ceiling when she hits go live. Everybody feels it.
Hey, welcome back to Ask a Bee, everybody. This is Monday Petty Monday, my favorite day. And today, Lordy, we are starting the week exactly how the internet likes it. Okay, emotionally charged, financially messy, and just petty enough to spark a comment or please. This is the show where small decisions turn into big blow-ups. Receipts start flying, and you know what? Group chats get weaponized too. And somebody always says it wasn't about the money. Come on, y'all. When it was absolutely about the money. If you're new here, hi, welcome in. I am Boss B, and every Monday we take real-world conflict stories, usually pulled from an AITA style situation, and we break them down live with you, not to dogpile, not to grandstand, but to figure out what actually went sideways. You know, it's like who crossed the line, right? And whether this is honey behavior or full-on stinger territory. And I have this cute little thing I want to show y'all right now, and this is how we're going to kick it off.
Honey or stinger, choose carefully.
There you go. So listen, this is not a drive-by show, okay? I want you in the chat. I want timestamps. I want verdicts, okay? I want you telling me which moment made you mutter, nah, that's wild, under your breath. Say hello when you come in, please. Tell me where you're watching from, and don't be shy, because some of the best takes of the night always come from you, or the day as it is, pardon me. Y'all, when you're content creators, your days and nights, they just kind of roll into each other. So today's theme, as always, is Monday, Petty Monday. And we are taking it a little step further and putting it as Money Petty Monday. Okay, the kind of arguments that start with $20 and somehow end with people questioning entire relationships, loans that weren't loans, tabs that shouldn't have been tabs, family members counting pennies, roommates fighting over bills, partners keeping score like it's the Olympics. That happens, y'all. You already know how this goes, right? So settle in, hit that like button if you're ready for the mess. And if you haven't subscribed yet, dude, it's not that hard. Just click that button down there. Thanks. So go ahead and do that, okay? So don't miss the next round of Internet Courtroom Chaos. Let's get into it, because the first story of the night is already side-eye worthy, and we haven't even read the details yet, okay? Let's get into it. All righty. Yep, love it when it works right. So let's begin. Am I the a-hole for being petty with money? Probably. I'm just going to set it out right now. Probably money makes people petty. You know it's true. All righty. Oh, I have. Hello, Niecy plus sister. How are you, honey? Hope you're doing good. Oh, sorry. My hair is in my face. All righty. thinking about cutting it, but then just as soon as I do, I will regret it. So I'm just going to sit here with my hair in my face. Anyway, uh, um, yeah. Okay. So let's get started on that story, right? All righty. So my 30-year-old female partner, my 30 female, this is her writing, partner, 45 male is who she's talking about, is mad at me and I need some outside perspective. You know, I say that every single day in a 35-year-old marriage. Oh, snowed in too. We are too. I'm telling you, it's awful. And it's not snow, it's just ice. We got 2 inches of just ice. But you know what? I'm at home with my computer and my internet's working. So I'm thankful. So thankful. Oh my goodness. You stay warm, honey. It's too darn cold out there for me. Well, I'm not used to this. You know what? I am not used to this. And I am not going out in this either because I have electricity and internet. And if that goes out, I have a fireplace and a big old bag of marshmallows. I'm okay with that too. And even if my house burnt down, guess what? I got a fire pit out back. I could revive it. Easy peasy. All right. So my stepdaughter, 14, I don't know what the NB is for, sorry, who I will call Sasha. Good. Let's change her name. Moved in with us from across the country, Australia. Okay. In some bad circumstances about 4 months ago. Hair. It's static, y'all. It's static. So mom has blocked the child and my partner 3 days after she got here. Wow. Not cool. Already a big old red flag there. Or stinger, as I should say. I have 2 boys, 9 and 10. Partner and I have been together about 2 years. I am the sole income earner for the 5 of us. That's the background. Okay. Detailed enough, I think. So, right? My son goes to a private school, very low cost, thankfully. Cost me about $3,000 a year for both of them: uniforms, book list, and school fees. Public school people. We recently were able to get Sasha into the school. Sasha didn't particularly want to go because she has her own style, but partner insisted as he is concerned about bullying in public schools. Okay. Cost about $3,000 for this year because high school is more expensive. Sasha has bad teeth. I think she's beautiful regardless. But it is a huge self-esteem issue for her. I booked the orthodontist. So it costs $280 for consultations. Next, it's about $500 for some teeth removals. Then $8,000 for the actual braces. I want to make it clear, I don't mind paying this. If this will help her love herself and feel more confident, I am 100% in. Hence why I was the one to book everything. Okay. I mean, that's pretty clear. We're getting real context. This isn't just someone got mad about money. This is a blended family still finding its footing. One adult carrying the entire household financially, 3 kids with very different needs, and a teenager coming out of a traumatic situation. New school placement. And now major medical expenses layered on top. Okay, what stands out to me here first and foremost, and I'm sorry to comment, but I got to, is that you didn't resist those costs. You initiated them. You booked the appointments, right? You're openly saying you don't resent paying for school or braces if it helps this kid feel safe and confident, which tells me the posture here isn't stingy or controlling. Okay. I think we should walk with that in mind. It's protective and proactive. And we still don't have the behavior that triggered the fight yet. So right now, this feels like setup, not the crime scene. Okay. Alrighty. So I recently noticed Sasha was pretty bad or has pretty bad dandruff. Like looks like snow on her scalp. I mentioned to partner maybe we should get her some anti-dandruff shampoo, but it in a subtle way. She's never mentioned it before, and I wasn't about to bring it up in case it knocked her confidence. Very good, very nice, very thoughtful. We were at the top today getting shampoo for my terribly damaged hair, and it was about $12 a bottle. So, 24 for shampoo and conditioner on special for half price. Okay. Partner found anti-dandruff shampoo, but it was 15 a bottle, not on special. I said, I'm not spending $30 on hair care when she hasn't even said it bothers her. We can wait until it's on special. He said, why do I get to spend almost the same on my hair? Because you can't even tell the difference if I buy cheap or not. Oh, whoa. You better behave yourself. Okay, I got kind of hurt. Of course you did. Because I'm trying my best here and I buy decent hair products for myself once every 3 months because I'm careful about the amount I use. So I kind of snapped and said braces are costing me 3 years of school for the boys. I'm not spending $30 on something Sasha doesn't give a fork about. Oh, okay. Okay. That's wow. Okay. Here we go. Um, hmm. My partner took that as I'm being stingy with money and that I don't care about Sasha as much as my own children. Here we go, y'all. Duck and cover. He said, I'm an a-hole because she needs braces and me refusing to pay $30 more on something else she needs is petty. All right. We've arrived at the actual flashpoint, and it isn't really about shampoo at all, is it? It's about stress leaking out sideways because you're already funding tuition, right? Orthodontics and the entire household. You tried to approach the dandruff issue gently, so you didn't embarrass her. Very thoughtful. And you know what? You weren't refusing forever. You're saying, not today, not at full price, while your partner reframed that into a character judgment. And then you escalated with a sharp comment about the braces that clearly landed hard. So, what I'm seeing is two overwhelmed adults talking past each other, right past each other. I mean, come on, guys. You can't treat somebody that's making all the pennies, you can't treat them like that. That's just not cool. It's not cool. One trying to budget and one and triage, okay, their whole system because there is none. This hair. And the other, reacting protectively for his kid. And the collision point became 24 hour $24 of shampoo and a badly timed sentence instead of the real conversation about money, boundaries, and contribution. Y'all need to talk. Y'all really need to talk. I mean, what do y'all think, guys? Seriously.
Honey or stinger? Choose carefully.
Yeah. That one you got to think about for a minute. Because that's honey with rough edges, if you ask me. Partner is, drifting into stinger adjacent, I guess, I would say. Because, I mean, come on. Both of you need to talk. That's what you need to do. You need to stop reacting and you need to sit down and talk. You do. Because, listen, this is a mess already. An absolute mess, right? All right, here we go. So I can't tell if I'm being a bitch. I'll say that word. I like it because I am, or not, because I'll admit the braces are a huge hit. That's why I'm called boss. $30 does make a difference, especially if she goes through it the same rate she goes through her normal shampoo and conditioner. Okay. I mean, I can see that, of course. So there's an edit. And a lot of people have asked why he isn't working and why. And we agreed originally that him being a stay-at-home dad would be more cost effective. It hasn't really worked in my favor because I still cook meals and clean the house. Well, what? No, you don't. Please tell me that's a lie. My kids, Sasha included, do their own wash, clean their own dishes, feed the animals, etc. Normal chores for kids. It's something me and partner are actually in counseling for because I feel a significant weight with work and home, but he always says he can never match me because I work full time and there isn't 40 hours worth of work in the house a week. Lies. I still sign permission slips, email the school for all kidlets, sign diaries, do homework, make lunch boxes, and clean after work or on the weekends. I think my reaction was out of frustration, and this is a deeper issue and not about finances. Reading the comments has made me rethink a few things, and I'll be trying to have a conversation about things with him when he gets back from fishing. Patty friend. Hi, honey. Good to see you, doll. Very good to see you. So, okay, this edit, right, is doing a lot of work here. Because now we're not just talking about $30. We're talking about long-term financial pressure. One person carrying the income, most of the admin, most of the mental load, and a stay-at-home arrangement that doesn't actually feel balanced in practice. Oh, plus the admission that the snap about braces wasn't really about shampoo at all, but about months of buildup, exhaustion, and resentment finally leaking out sideways, which reframes the whole conflict from kind of petty with money to into, overextended and underheard or unheard. And that context matters a lot when you're judging tone versus intent. Oh, gosh. I'm telling you, some crazy stuff now. All right, y'all. Y'all need to tell me again. Y'all need to tell me. Somebody needs to wake up out there and tell me what you think.
Honey or stinger? Choose carefully.
I know, that's really cool, right? So look, solid honey, if you ask me. I'm gonna go with the honey. I mean, why wouldn't I? Because honey with the stress delivery, okay? Partner sliding closer to Stinger for the accusation, but honey for her. Yeah, honey for her. I like that idea. All right, y'all. Guess what? It's time for me to take a little break. This show's going to be a little bit shorter today. I was worried that my internet is wonky because of the weather. So I was trying to keep it tight today. So y'all just give me a second here. I don't know why I'm lagging myself today. It feels like crazy around here because of the weather. That's why. So, okay. Before we move on to the next part of the case, I want to take a quicker breath and show you what, well, I've been coming up with. I've been a little quiet again here lately, but if you were here yesterday, you saw the first episode. And today I have the second episode, and I'm going to try and do that. And then at the end of the week, I would like to do a watch party of all the episodes. So if you didn't see one of them, you can watch all of them. And probably on Saturday during Jukebox Journey. I'm getting tired of talking, y'all, and I've been playing my AI. Yes, we are okay. You can't control the weather. That is so true, Big Jack. And yes, Patty, we are okay. I'm okay with it right now. I did do something kind of smart before all this hit. At least I think it's smart. We have T-Mobile phones, and they just started with the 5G T-Mobile internet. And I've realized that my phone, the 5G on my phone, was doing better than the internet that we had. So I just changed it. So it's not underground all frozen up. It's not on the poles getting knocked over by some idiot in a car like Spectrum like to claim all the time. But yeah, we have 5G, so we're hitting towers instead. You know, that's what I have to do, produce. All right, so the next episode, here it comes. I'm so glad you're here, Big Jack, because here it comes. This one's for you. This one's for you. And you guys, this one's for Iron Sharpening Iron Universe and BBTV. Okay, we're just going to play it. Just shut up, Charlene, and play.
The Hive recorded another incident today. No contracts broken, no money exchanged, no lovers in conflict. Just a boot and a flower, a trail under open sky, sunlight cutting through trees, a moment that should have passed unnoticed, but didn't.
A 20-year-old zoology and environmental science student was hiking with their family when they noticed a honeybee resting on a yellow dandelion beside the path.
The bee was still, not buzzing aggressively, not darting toward anyone.
Just balanced there, dusted with pollen, doing exactly what bees have done for millions of years. The student slowed down, pulled out their phone, talked about pollinators, about how essential bees are to ecosystems, about how they are often misunderstood,
About how gentle they usually are when left alone.
and while that explanation was still hanging in the air, the 18-year-old brother stepped forward, lifted his foot, and crushed the bee.
Fear is a reflex. Action is a choice.
The student yelled out loud, shocked, angry, stunned by how quickly the moment turned violent. They demanded to know why. The brother said he panicked.
Said he was afraid of bees. Said it happened too fast to think. The parents tried to smooth it over.
Did not lecture, did not escalate. They walked the rest of the trail curt and distant, letting the moment hang unresolved between them.
Let's slow that down. The bee was not chasing anyone. It was not swarming. It was not hovering over a face or hands. If fear is the reason, distance the move, not destruction.
Intent matters, so does impact. Stationary insect, no immediate threat, open trail, multiple escape routes. Reaction was emotional, outcome was permanent.
You do not correct fear by creating damage. You manage fear by changing position. You step back. You go around. You let nature keep doing what it is doing. That is training. That is restraint.
Fear explains instinct. It does not excuse every outcome. The student chose to stop talking rather than explode. The brother chose force. Those are two very different responses to discomfort. So the hive must decide. Was the student's response honey, or did this situation earn the stinger?
Honey or stinger? Choose carefully.
Wildlife is not collateral. Fear is real, but unnecessary harm still counts. The brother acted on impulse.
The student acted with withdrawal, not retaliation. Silence is not punishment, it is boundary.
Honey for the student. Stinger for the stomp.
Every trail leaves tracks. Every action leaves pollen. And sometimes the smallest choices tell us the most about who we are when nobody is forcing our hand. Next time, walk away.
She came from the quiet storms, built a fire from the ground, turned a whisper to a warning. Now her voice shakes the town. Every setback was a lesson. Every doubt became a key, unlocking something bigger. That's the rise of Boss B. When the lights go low, her vision hits high. She built a whole damn network off a promise and a try. Every sunrise, every moment, she's stacking legacy. This ain't just a channel, this is BBTV. A Boss B rising, BBTV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel road to the neon dream, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss B rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it. She's the queen of the comeback, the storm in the stream, crafting stories out of heartbeats, making visions out of dreams. Got thunder in the hustle, got a voice that cuts clean. Every mic she touches turns the power unseen. So let further spin the numbers, let the views rise slow or fast. Boss B doesn't measure wins by echoes of the past. This moment is a pivot, this season's history. Bow down to the founder of the BBTV dynasty. Boss B rising, BBTV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel roads to the neon dream, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss B rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it. She's got fire in the head, it's got truth in the frame, got a heart that won't retire and a gift you can't name. Every loop, every letter, every dream she sets free, it's a love note to the world sign. Boss B.
All right. Update. We have an update. Let's get back into this one because the juicy stuff comes next. And that was pretty much the rest of the story, but I pulled some comments that I thought were worthy. So let's check it out. All righty. Now, here we go. I want to thank everyone for responding. I have a lot to think about. I will try to answer the comments, but this got way more attention than I thought it would. To clear one thing up, we were friends for 5 years before we started a relationship. Okay, that's good. Very cool. You have amazing talents. You know what? Only because I have a great team to back me up and give me moral support. That's why. And thank you, Patty. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump into that. This is a good story. But heck yeah. I'm glad you like that, Big Jack. You like your character in there. I mean, it's the Beehive, and it's all about the Bee Bible. Y'all are going to like this. I'm trying to do one a day so that at the end of the week on Saturday during Jukebox Journey, I thought we could watch it and then do some Q&A about it if you like. Y'all come check it out. Okay, so he lived interstate, so it wasn't on the cards for us. Causing us to think so is not our go-to. Sorry. Yeah. So he wasn't like this in the beginning. You're right, Patty. I'm sorry. I heard something and it distracted me. ADHD, y'all. Okay, so he wasn't like this in the beginning. It's only since this job, 1 and a bit years. Okay, that's confusing. That is started now that I had time to reflect on it. He was working prior to moving and caring for himself. So I honestly didn't think it would switch this drastically. I had a chat with Sasha. I didn't feel comfortable pointing it out, still in fear it would upset her. So I did the whole my head has been so itchy lately thing. Okay. I mean, I would probably go that way too. You know? So what's yours like? She says. And she said she has it too. And she's worried about dandruff. So I mentioned I had all these friends who suggested some solutions. Instead of stomping on the bee, the option is to walk away. Sorry, bee, didn't mean to be confusing. I was like, okay. That was me, though. I was hearing something. I get distracted way too easily. That's part of the problem. And there's a lot going on out there right now. For some reason, I have no clue. Because nobody's here. Baby Butt's not even here today because it's snow or ice sheet out there. Whole of Texas is an ice sheet. Okay, so my friends suggested some solutions like vinegar, etc. And maybe we could try it together and see if it gets any better. It went well, and we're doing our first treatment tonight. I also spoke to her about her pronouns, and she told me she isn't sure if she is NB anymore, and she prefers she, he, her pronouns. Okay. I asked her to let me know if that changes so we can respect her feelings and identity. Very nice. Very kind, you know. I have a lot to think about. I've decided to stop doing the cooking and cleaning and just pointing it out to see how that goes. Like if he is going to cook toasted sandwiches for dinner, I'll say, there's veg in the fridge or something like that. I won't stop completely because it's not fair. I get to leave my workplace and he technically doesn't. But I will see how this strategy goes to try to shed some of the weight that I'm feeling. I brought him, pardon me. Where'd that go? Okay, I brought him up working and it did not go well. Of course it didn't. Free rides never do. He said he is fine to work, but I need to help him make his resume and apply for jobs because I'm better at it. I was an employment consultant prior to my current job. Of course, you used that. Yep. That's a card you grab. Okay. I got pretty upset and said I didn't want to be working when I'm not at work. But he thinks it's unfair that I'm already good at it and it'd be so much easier for me. Wow. You know, B, maybe I'm going to have opinions about this. I'm definitely going to have some opinions about this. All right, let's be honest. We fought. Of course you did. And turned into a minor disagreement, and we fought. And so I've yet to revisit it, and we'll bring it up in counseling next week. So there's some help getting my feelings across without me getting across. Okay, again, thank everyone so much. It has really made me think. There's a lot of work to do, but at least I'm not so ignorant or blinded now, and I can make the right decisions for my kids going forward. Also, I can't keep Sasha if we break up, and she will most likely go back to a bad environment. So that's definitely a factor I will be considering before making big decisions. Okay, let me just say I am proud of you, first and foremost, for doing what you can to make it more for her, because you got to keep in mind this child has been through a little bit. So, and everybody's got a story, right? So this update, it seals it for me, really, because you didn't double down or dig in. You reflected. You adjusted your approach with Sasha, right? In a gentle, dignified way. Respected her identity. You solved the dandruff issue collaboratively. I mean, how is that not amazing? It's absolutely amazing, correct? So you acknowledged your own frustration and started thinking structurally about workload and finances instead of fixating on shampoo, while also trying to move the employment conversation into counseling rather than letting it explode into constant fights. I mean, I probably would handle it differently, because nobody's ever told you, let me tell you this now, okay? If you have a woman and she nags you all the time and she is on you all the time, let me tell you something. The only time that you really need to think about taking this seriously, because I know you need this, you want to know, right? When she gets quiet, you better run. Plain and simple. Sorry, not sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You better run. Yeah. Sasha's safety in future decisions says a lot about your priorities too. So at this point, I'm comfortable saying this wasn't petty money behavior at all. It was burnout colliding with a lopsided household dynamic. So, honey, you get some honey. Honey gets honey. Yep, we do that here. Because, I mean, seriously, y'all. Seriously. She's done everything that she possibly can. There it is. That's my pretty honey. So, okay, so we got some comments too, right? Okay. Here we go. I thought these were, I thought they were good. I really did. Where is that silly thing at? I'm trying. So, NTA, note to add, or edited in, whatever, you know what I'm saying. You have only been with your partner, or not the a-hole. That's what I'm trying to say. You have only been with your partner for 2 years and you're the sole income earner. You're supporting him and his child, paying for his private school and braces. It makes sense that you're starting to get resentful. I think you need to have a conversation about finances, income, and supporting his own child. This is only going to get worse over time. He needs to pull his own weight, or at the very least, needs to get child support from the child's mother. This child has two parents, and neither of them can be bothered to support them. That's a good question. I mean, I like that question quite a bit. This is the angle I think a lot of people are going to land on, because from the outside, it looks wild that you're covering the entire household. I mean, it looks wild, but it's common ground for me, okay? Because that's all me. But private schooling and orthodontics, while he isn't working and the other parent is totally absent, no, nope. The warning here isn't really about the $30. It isn't. It's about trajectory. Because if nothing changes, this imbalance just calcifies and resentment grows. So the call for a serious, structured money conversation isn't harsh, okay? It's preventative. Even if the wording is blunt about parental responsibility, sometimes you got to say it. Seriously, think about that, please. All right, so yeah, I think the only thing you have to work on is changing the dynamic of your household. It sounds like you're doing almost everything, and all your husband does is complain and make excuses. Yeah. He is basically another child for you to support in addition to his daughter. Woo! Okay, I like this comment, but it goes a little harder. It's pointing at the same underlying pattern, the labor imbalance, because when one adult is earning all the money and still doing most of the household and admin work, it starts to feel like a little less like a partnership and a little more like carrying an extra dependent. And that perception is exactly what breeds the kind of snap we saw over shampoo. I agree that's very lopsided and can turn ugly real fast. I think she knows it. Yes, I think she does too. I'm glad that she's, it just seems to me like she handled it quite well. I really think so. Definitely a lot of honey for her. I think, yeah. I'm going to keep it with that. So every time I see these posts, this is another comment, by the way, and there are so many of them on this sub, I have to seriously wonder about this. I'm sorry, but I have never seen a similar post with the genders reversed. Could you imagine a woman trying to get away with not contributing financially, refusing to do any chores, not taking care of the children? Well, there's a thought. So it's the same BS each time. Women expected to still have to do all the housework and childcare, even when she is the sole income earner. Okay, I'm kind of on your side about this. I'm not sure if I would have went about that in that direction. Yes, she gets honey. Most definitely, Patty. Most definitely. See? She gets honey. That's what Patty says. Just for you, honey. Right there. She gets the queen, honey. Yeah, I think she really, really did well. But, okay, so back to this commenter, right? They're zooming out to the pattern they keep seeing. One partner earning all the money while still carrying most of the domestic and emotional labor. Ouch. Been there, done that, y'all. And arguing that if genders were flipped, people would be far less forgiving, which I guess it reframes the issue from one couple's argument into a broader imbalance problem. But whether you agree with the generalization or not, it reinforces the same central point. The resentment isn't coming from the shampoo price. It's coming from being stretched too thin in too many directions at once. And that's important to remember. You know, yeah, I always reread what I write or comment on things like that, and make sure that, oh, the static in this house today. Just, make sure you reread what you write before you put it out, because that sounded a little bit sexist, I guess I would say. Anyway, okay. A little bit more here. So sometimes, really, and Patty says, and I have used that. You do it better than me. I can spot it a mile away. He could have asked for help writing his own resume, and there's a lot of help online for that. Amen. Amen. That's so true. You got that right. You got that right, dear. All right. Sometimes I really wonder why women put up with this in any shape or form. Same here. You would never see a man who is willing to put up with a woman sitting on her ass playing video games all day while he does literally everything. I'm sorry, but I have yet to see this. It's a complete lack of respect. The idea that a whole gender just exists to be your servant. The servant is just better than most, as misogynist, doesn't even have to bring money to the table. Okay, we're going to sit in this one for a second because I got mixed feelings. I think this comment is clearly fueled by frustration and goes very broad, first and foremost. So turning this specific relationship into a gender-wide critique, which is understandable emotionally, but not especially precise, analytically, I can't say that word for some stupid reason. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because the useful part here isn't the generalization. It's the emphasis on respect and being reciprocated in a partnership. And that still circles back to the same core issues in this story. One person is feeling overworked, undersupported, and talked down. Talked down to when they raise financial concerns. Okay. So, yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute, because no. I still have a hard time with this. I do. I think she needs to kick his butt out and keep the daughter, because apparently she's better for the daughter than he is, if you ask me. Just my opinion. I'm not a specialist or anything like that, but that's my opinion. I think he needs to go, and he needs to find himself a job and maybe an apartment, and the daughter can stay there with her, and he can prove that he's worthy. Sorry. I mean, you tried it. It's not working. Change it so it works, right? I don't see how that's hard. That's what I have to do daily. That's what I all have to do daily with every friggin' thing, And you know what? Don't go chalking it up to something like, I don't know, some kind of disorder, because you know what? It's not. It's laziness if you don't work on your relationship. Plain and simple, laziness. Okay? Two parties takes two to tango. I know everybody's heard that before. Get to it. Just get to it. All right. I think this is the last one here, or not. Okay. So don't be ashamed. You're a kind person, And sometimes a-holes take advantage of kind people. Amen. You're a giver, and it sounds like he's a taker. Amen. That's on him, not you. There you go. If you want to work with things out with him, give him firm boundaries that he needs to adhere to, like the housework and school forms, to help take some of the mental load off of you. Women tend to have a higher mental load because we get tasked with more child rearing duties and responsibilities, and that can be harder than work sometimes. If your boyfriend isn't taking care of the home or kids, is he really a stay-at-home parent or a freeloader? Good question. He can also work at least part-time to help pay for Sasha's braces. Amen. If he's not willing to meet you halfway, then you'll know he's a taker, and that a relationship like that is not in your best interest long term. You need someone as kind as you who will be a partner, not an additional child. Amen. Oh my gosh. We got enough men, children in this world. Don't be a guy, be a man. Okay. I'm just going to put that out there. Don't be a guy, be a man. I have a lot of people around me. I will tell you right now, Big Jack and Walt, they are men. But I know some guys out there. Okay. And I'm using you as an example because, I can. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so. Yeah, this one lands softer in tone, but, it still hits hard on substance. Because instead of just condemning him outright, it really focuses on boundaries and redistribution of labor and concrete next steps, housework, paperwork, part-time work, shared responsibility for braces on your child. Come on, framing the problem as something that could be fixed if he meets her halfway, and drawing a clean line between partnership and dependency if he doesn't. I don't think that's asking too much either. What do y'all think? Y'all tell me in the comments. Please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. There are memberships and listen, I'm about to get the honey and the stinger icons set up for you guys because you got to have them. I need to see them. Okay. Listen. Can you stop that, please, dog? Crazy dog. Hey, you think you can lick that thing somewhere else? It's a dog, y'all. All right. Anyway, sorry. Just went off on a whole new tangent I didn't prepare for. All right, I think I'm going to let you that one stand a little bit because I got too many opinions on it, right? So we're just going to stand on it. Because this story was never really about shampoo or even $30. It was about burnout, imbalance, and what happens when one person quietly carries too much for too long until something tiny becomes the spark. Come on, y'all. I know you live this, almost on the daily. Sometimes that spark is there, right? So what stood out most to me about this, in the update especially, the way she handled Sasha with care. I'm sorry, she did better than the dad did. And it's obvious, if I'm going to do something for somebody else's child, I ask them first. Okay. That's called common courtesy. Okay. If it's somebody else's child, even if it's a stepchild, you ask permission first. And you do it so that nobody gets offended. And she did that, right? She did that. She did everything right. Why on earth did he have to be so pissy with her? And why not come back and apologize after he realized that she found a way to do it without making it uncomfortable? That's sad. He needs to go, honey. Keep the daughter. Let him go. Sounds like she could benefit from the kind of person you are. Okay? Just the way that she reflected instead of digging in. She pushed real issues. Come on. Workload, money, partnership into counseling instead of just letting them rot. That's not petty. That's someone trying to hold a complicated household together without breaking it. Petty is refusing to talk. Petty is keeping score in secret. Okay? Petty is turning a budget conversation into a character assassination. And today, whatever it is, I don't know. I said that. That's the second time. I guess because I'm ready for bed already. Been a day. The verdict for me, what do y'all think? I know my verdict. What do y'all think? Give it to me.
Honey or stinger? Choose carefully.
I like that thing so much. That one's my favorite. So, the verdict for me was definitely honey. Not because everything is perfect, but because effort, okay? Empathy. You got to have that. And accountability where they're all on display here. All of them. So, yeah, definitely honey. Now, I want to hear from you guys, please. Was this honey or stinger in your book? Y'all let me know in the comments. If you're going to watch the replay, there's comments for that too. Did the partner cross the line with accusation? I think so. Personally, I think so. What would you do if you were carrying the income, the administrative work, right? The house, and 3 kids? Drop your take in the comments. Timestamp the moment that swung your vote. And you know what? Tell me which story we should tackle next, because I'm all for it. Still got an email up for you. Y'all know where that's at. VB will bring it out in just a few minutes. But before I let you go, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run these little promos for you because, you know, we got a lot going on over here and it is getting better. I'm really proud of shows you might love if you hang out in this space and ways to stay connected with everything we've got building over here. So let's play. Check them out. Don't forget we got Tuber Chat that we're helping out too. And I'll see you right on the other side for, what is it now? Somebody tell me. Yes. Truthful Tuesday. So that's it for Monday, Petty Monday. Same place, same mess tomorrow, same courtroom of the internet. Stay kind, stay curious. And you guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for being here. And you know I love you.
I want to take a minute to shout out Tuber Chat. If you're a creator who's tired of surface level advice, and actually wants to understand how YouTube works, that's the space. It's real conversations with real creators who are in the trenches building channels, testing ideas. No posturing, no gatekeeping, no fake guru energy, just people sharing what's working, what isn't, and why.
If you're serious about growing, learning, and not doing this alone, check out Tuber Chat. The link is in the description. If you're enjoying this show, subscribing is the easiest way to support what's being built here on BBTV. You'll see the join button right next to subscribe. No pressure, no expectations, just an option for people who want to support the channel in a real way. We're live weekdays at 12 p.m. Central, and each day has its own focus. Same honesty, same voice, just different conversations depending on the day. And if you've got a story you want to share, send it in. Anonymous is always fine.
You know I had to come back for that. Patty says, and I have used that, you do it better than me. I can spot it a mile away. He could have asked for help writing his own resume, and there is a lot of people online for that. Tell her the best reason to fix all of this is so we don't see her on Snap. Niecy laughed, and guess what, girl? So am I. That is awesome. I can get you up here on this stage, Patty friend. We would have a fun time, I think. I love you guys. Y'all take care. I'll see you tomorrow.
Boss be rising, BBTV's igniting, turn the